Hi guys, welcome back to another Adventures with Rhonda. I am so glad you're here. And today we're going to be discussing, are you on track? Are you on track for your purpose? So if you missed it, I have another video called Purpose Seeker, and you can take a look at that. But now this is part 2, and we're going to be talking about how are we to know if we're on track for our purpose. It's a hard thing to find your purpose, but once you do, you're excited and you want to get started and you just want to fulfill it. It's a calling in your life. It's something that your heart longs for and aches for to be able to do. And so if you're on track, do you have peace where you are? When I mean by peace, I'm not talking about happiness. I'm not talking about if they treat you right today, are you on the right path? I'm talking about, are you on track for your purpose? Do you have that peace inside of you that no matter what storm comes your way, you still feel so wonderful on the inside? You feel great because you don't know why. The way things look, it shouldn't feel this way, that you shouldn't feel so calm. You shouldn't feel so confident and strong about it. But that's your peace in that storm. And your peace is given when you're at the place you're supposed to be. And if you're feeling uncomfortable where you are, if there's something saying, I just don't know, why am I feeling like this? I feel stuck, I feel trapped. All these terms we've all heard for, when we weren't on purpose, when we weren't doing the things we were called to do with the things that we were pretty much predestined to do. And so when we get to that place, we've got to decide, am I going to stay on that road, or I'm just going to have to turn that car around and make a whole complete detour because this is not where I should be. I may have started in the wrong spot. I may have ventured onto the wrong path, and I may have took the left when I should have took a right turn. But today, this moment, right now, I'm making a decision in my life to turn it all around. But you know why? There's somebody counting on you to be on purpose. The reason why I say that is because if you have a way to make a cure for some sort of disease, and if you don't do it and you have that urge and you have this desire and things come to you and you know how to figure things out, and if you don't do it, what about that person who's sick waiting for you to discover what God has already predestined to you to do? So our purpose is very important that we find it. It's very important that we are purpose seekers, because when we can live on purpose, we can help somebody complete their purpose. Now, we don't want to be stuck in a place where we know we shouldn't be. Not because, oh, I don't feel like being there, I don't want to do it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you feel in your gut and your spirit so strongly that this is not the place for you, that you should be somewhere else. It's driving you, it's dictating your next move because something inside of you saying, this is not right, this is not right. I am not supposed to be in this point, this place, this type of atmosphere at this time in my life. This is not where I should be. It's that purpose seeker in you that is striving to come out and come forth to be who you were called to be. Just like any good design, you have a reason, you have a purpose to be what you're called to be. Now, a toaster can't morph itself into an oven. Now, I'm not talking about a toaster oven, I'm talking about an oven that's built for larger foods to go in. So when we're talking about an apple can't be an orange and a zebra cannot be a giraffe, is because we were designed for something very specific. So there are things in our makeup that just makes us who we are. You may be the greatest organizer, you may have everything all the way figured out, and you have your list and you have your labels and you have everything so perfect. And you love those things and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck at something that I don't get to use all of the things that I love to do. Maybe you should be doing it being a secretary. Maybe you should be doing something administration. Maybe you should be doing something that amplifies the love that you have for your passion. And your passion will make room for you. It will find you your place. And so if I'm not passionate about something, if there's something I just don't want to do it, then you have a job. But if it's something you're passionate about, you have a career because it's something that makes you who you are. And so we get caught up trying to figure out what we want to do, what we like to do, but we don't We don't always think about, or we forget that we are passionate about something because you've done so much for so long, mundane tasks where it's over day in, day out. I go to this job, I do this work, this is what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. And you go all the way through and you're still feeling that aching, that pain, that hurt, that desire for something more than it is that you are currently doing. So can I tell you what your purpose is? That's something for you to decide. That's something that you talk and you pray about and you ask God to show you what it is that you are designed to do. What makes you smile? What makes you cry? What are those hard things? What's something that pulls at your heartstring? And then you'll slowly develop the idea of what your purpose is. Some people mistake their purpose for being a hobby. Oh, I just like to draw, when they can draw masterpieces, wonderful works of art. And they're gifted and they're talented and it just comes so natural. You know, I've heard one time when they say you drop a fish in the water, it just naturally knows to swim. It didn't have to have a lesson to learn how to swim. It didn't have to be taught. As soon as it's born, it starts to just flow through water because it was in them to do. It didn't try to paddle out and rise to the top and go trying to hop up onto the surface because it knows it survives, it thrives within the water it's in. So I'm asking you to take a look at today, what kind of water are you in? What are you doing that as soon as you hit the water, figuratively speaking, that you are able to thrive in it, that you just come alive, you just soar through it? Or like a bird learning to fly and hopping out and then all of a sudden learning that the things that they were born with will lead them and guide them. Yeah, we can learn a lot from our cues in nature and how things happen, how we watch ants be able to consider something. They'll see it, they'll sense it and go and grab it and take it back to feed the colony. So there's teamwork in our dreams. There are purpose for our pain. And sometimes being so passionate about something that's so dear to our heart, causes us to lose sleep because we are driven. Our very existence is tied to that purpose. And it's a magical thing when you discover what makes you swim. It's a magical thing when you discover what makes you fly. And then you know that you were born to do this. That you can teach, that you can preach, that you can just exude so much of your calling that it just shows. There are people who are called to be teachers. When you look at them, you're like, wow, they just have that in them. They can just work with children. They just have that passion. They love educating people. Wow, you can see it in them. And sometimes we don't even see our own purpose. Sometimes it takes other people to say, you don't realize how good you are at that, do you? You don't quite know that you are pretty awesome at that job you are doing right now. And so a lot of times some people can help you with your purpose. Now they can't determine what your purpose is, but they can say, you're pretty good at that. Matter of fact, you're awesome at that. And so we can help each other figure out our purpose by just being kind to each other and calling out the good things that we see in people, right? And it's not taking what they tell us who we should be and becoming it. It's taking what's in us. And that inner deepest emotion, that inner deepest thing that inside of us that aches and longs for more, to find out where we're meant to be in this world. Life is an adventure. We can take what life throws at us, or we can enjoy what life gives to us. Yeah, it's a difference. If you take what life throws at you, you're just waiting for the next thing to be coming at you and to avoid or try to get over it. But if you take the time to realize the things that you are experiencing are going to make you better. When somebody says something rude to you or disrespectful, you have an opportunity to speak life to them. You have an opportunity to say something nice, even though they're not being very nice to you. Because hurting people hurt other people. Maybe they need somebody to be kind to them. Maybe they have not seen kindness before. Maybe all the cards they were dealt was something that was hurtful. We are quick to attack people's character, but we forget the humanity side where we realize, okay, wow, something must have really hurt them in their past or currently. Something is going on with them for them to feel this way about another human being. Your tears shouldn't make me smile. Even your hate shouldn't make me hate. Because I should feel sympathy for you because there's something that's wrong on the inside. That's something that's hurting in the other person, and they may not feel comfortable to speak about, or they may be in a situation where it may be traumatic for them to talk about. We have to give people patience and grace. And yeah, you may not understand your purpose right now. You may not understand your purpose tomorrow. You may feel like, am I even figuring it out, or am I running around in circles? But we are all on a journey to figure out why we are here. You are here for a reason. We are learning our purpose. And it's amazing to grow closer and closer to your purpose each day. It's an awesome thing to wake up and feel on purpose. It's a horrible thing to miss something you know you should have, but you can't have it because you are doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Take the time to stop and realize what are the things that just makes you you. Are you great at drawing? Are you great at talking to people? Are you great at just figuring out problems? Are you amazing at it? And sometimes we can't see our own greatness. And it seems like it's easier to find greatness in others than to look within ourselves to find out, what are we good at? What makes us tick? Because we're so busy running around, people are acknowledging other people's gifts that are so obvious that we forget to realize what's right underneath our nose. What is it that we can do? What is it that's in us to do? So for this portion of Purpose Seekers, are you on the right path? Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we go off on the wrong path, but the biggest thing we need to do is not let wrong decisions dictate the rest of our lives. Yeah, you may have committed some wrong actions or said some things that are not great to people. Forgive yourself. Ask for forgiveness from the other person. And be better from that point on. So we're here to build people. We're here to make them better. We're here to make sure that they feel loved. Because yes, we all have horrible days. But you know how we can put on a song and it just makes us feel better? We can dance around and just say, you know what? Guess what? That moment in time happened. It cannot happen again. That day can never go back and repeat itself. It's done. It's over. So when you feel like you've made a mistake, take a deep breath. Realize what your mistake is. Think about what happened, where you went wrong. How can you avoid making that same mistake again? And how can I fix it? And pray and ask God's help and guidance to give you grace to understand what you're here for. And do your best on the path that's set before you. Be good to people. Be good to yourself. Remember that we're all on this journey called life, and it's an adventure for all of us. And that we should always be ready to take that unknown and realize, what is it we're going to learn from this? How is this going to draw me closer to my purpose? Are you living on purpose? Are you on the right path? Do you have peace at where you are? Do you have joy? And joy comes from knowing that you are where you're supposed to be and that you are not letting things that happen in life dictate your happiness. You smiling didn't depend on whether it rained or shined today. It's because of God's goodness, and you know that He is good, that makes you feel better every day. That His loving kindness and that right will always win. Being a good person, being kind when others have a hard time. Be the smile people remember, not the frown they want to avoid. Are you living on purpose? Today is your day. This moment is your moment. It's time to change. It's time to live on purpose. See you next time. Remember to subscribe. Bye, guys.